Every time I do a video, it's just going to pop right up there, and you can keep up with me. Listen, today we're going to do, well, a beef stroganoff. Actually, it's for tomorrow, but I'm going to make my beef stroganoff up today and just refrigerate it. And then tomorrow I'm going to, that'll be already marinated and everything. And so what I've done is I bought me this roast right here. And yeah, I went to the pig and bought it, and it's a boneless chuck roast. And chuck roast are very tender, so this is why I bought this one. And it was $11.98 for this bigger thing. And I'm going to be feeding a lot of people, so it should go a long way. Now, before I start, you know, I always tell you had to have a good sharp knife, so I've got me a knife sharpener here, old-timey, and my old-timey knife. And I'm just going to pull that through a time or two, and it's going to get it nice and sharp. So that's what I'm going to do this morning. Then I'm going to unwrap this roast, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut it up, okay? I'm going to take the roast out of the package. I'm going to go over here to the sink and rinse it off real quick, then I'll show you what we're going to do with it. I just rinsed it off with some cold water. Okay, there's my roast. Now, what you want to do when you're making beef stroganoff, you can make this out of deer meat, or you can make it out of just cow meat, whatever. So I'm going to cut off just a little bit of the fat, and because I don't want that on here. And I'm going to cut this like that, and I'm going to cut it in some strips. I'll show you how I'm going to do it. And then when I do that, I'm not going to show you me cutting every little strip, but I want to show you the main part, okay? I'm going to cut it in strips about the size of my ring finger. They'll be kind of long, skinny strips. Let me cut this one so you can see. This is how it's going to look. I'm going to cut all of it up this way like that, okay? And I'm going to cut off this little clump of fat on the end of it because I don't want all that. Like I say, it's okay to have a little bit of it in there, but not too much. But see there? I'm going to cut the whole roast up like that. That's going to be the first thing I do. And while I mention it, y'all look at my pretty apron and my pretty earrings. I had 4 ladies to come from Texas. They spent 3 nights with me. And they have shopped and had the best time, and I fixed them breakfast, and they left this morning, and wishing them a safe trip back. And so they brought me all kinds of goodies, not just this, but they brought me everything was from Texas that they brought. And the other day, somebody came from Virginia, and everything they brought me was from Virginia. So I'm getting a collection of all the states, it looks like. I'll be back in a few minutes when I get the rest of this cut up, okay? Bye-bye. Okay, all the meat is cut up, and we're fixing to fast fry it. Actually, what you're doing is searing it and getting some brown on it. You don't want very much oil in it at all, just a little bit. That's probably 3 or 4 tablespoons right there. I'm going to kind of do it around a little. And then come right here and I'll show you the meat. All right, what I've done is I cut all the meat up. See? It's in little strips. That's the whole roast, except for those few little fat and things I cut off of it. And I've got this back here in this little boiler. I'm going to boil it because there was some good meat left on it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to boil that for the broth, just for my, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'll probably drink the broth. But I'll let it sit in the refrigerator overnight and then skim all that fat off of it from that roast. And then I'll just have that good broth left. You can make a little soup or whatever you want to do. So I'm going to wait just a minute and let this grease get hot. Okay, my grease is really hot. So what you're going to do, since I have got a bunch of meat, let me put it on the plate where we can get over here and work with it. Let me just put it on this plate. I'll have to scrub my chopping block in a little bit. All right, this is the roast. This is how much meat we've got. So what I want to do now, see how it's really hot? I'm going to just put maybe 1/4 of it in this meat. In this grease. I don't want to put too much. All right, that's all I'm going to put. I'm going to brown it on that side, flip it over a time or two, and brown it on the other. Then I'm going to put it in this bowl. Okay? I don't want to stir it a lot because I don't want the juices in the meat coming out. I'm going to just stir it and brown it on that side. I hope my fire alarm didn't go off. It has before. Whoop. That's boiling over. Let's do this. All right, now I'm going to flip it over to the other side. I've got it on high, and the reason being, you know, if you fry meat real slow, you lose your juices that are in it. It's important in beef to fry it fast. If you're going to fry something or sear something, do it quickly and be done with it. Trying to see if it's brown yet. You just don't want to stir it much. I know you'll be tempted to do this, but don't. Don't. Just get it real brown on one side and then flip it to the other side. If the fire alarm goes off, I'll run back there in the hall and stop it, and then I'll come right back, okay? Anyway, I'm enjoying the new apron. And I got a lot of new ones lately. I surely have. I've just gotten so many new ones. It's been great. Let me fry this up. Okay, our meat is brown. And I want you to see how it looks. And see how brown it is. And I'm going to put it in our bowl. Okay? And I am now going to put on another handful of it. I still got it on high, and I'm going to just take another handful and spread it around in there. I think I'm going to do this with 3 cookies, so I'm going to let this brown a while, okay? Okay, this is gotten brown on one side, so I'm going to stir it on to the other side and let it finish browning, and then we got one more cooking to go. All right, the second cooking is brown. See? Put it over there. You'll almost have it like it's a burnt look, but that's okay, because it's not burned. So here goes the last little bit, okay? Okay, now that's going to fry. And what we're going to do after that is, let me turn you this way a little bit. Okay, we've got 3 big onions, and I've cut that in cubes, except for this last one right here. And I'm going to show you how I do it. I clean my onion, I cut them in halves like that. Then I take this half that's right here, and I just cut down like that. Try to keep it together a little bit. Then I pick it up like that, push it all in together, and cut it this way. And when you do, you look at those little tiny cubes you've got. Now we're going to fry this in that same skillet that we're frying all that other in. I love this stuff. My mama used to make beef stroganoff all the time, and we loved it. Now what we do is we eat ours on a bed of rice. You just put your rice on your plate, and then you're going to put all this on top of it. And maybe fix some garlic bread or something like that, and it's something green. I'm not sure what I'm going to fix with mine. I bought green beans, and I may do that. But I also bought some turnip greens, which I don't think would be good with that, so I probably just will do the green beans with it. You could do a little salad if you wanted to. And I wanted to tell y'all the other day when I did those fried dumplings, and I'm calling them fried dumplings down south, there was so many other names for it. I'm going to get that list. I wrote them all down, and I'm going to share it with y'all. It was really something, what y'all call them, from all over the country. Okay, here's our last skillet. And they're good and brown, see? All right, we'll put these in. This is going to make a huge pot. So you've got an $11 roast in there. And I'm going to feed 6 people tomorrow. And no telling how much will be left over. All right, you got all this brown stuff down in this skillet right here. You probably can't see it. But I call that goody. Somebody else told me the name of it. Anyway, now I'm going to put this onions in it. This is 3 big onions. I'm going to stir them around in there. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. And that's going to go in there too. And then we'll be ready to add some other stuff, which I'm going to show y'all what we're going to add just a minute, okay? All right. I'm going to stir that around in here, and all that good stuff on the bottom is coming up on my onions, if you can see that. You see that coming up on it? That good brown. So what we want to do is get these just kind of tender. They don't have to be real tender, but you've got to get them cooked in there. And this cleans out your skillet for you. And it is going to be so good, y'all. It's going to be good, y'all. It is. All right, I'm going to let that cook just a little bit, and I'm going to tell you what else is going in here. You want to get you... well, I'm going to put in 3 cans of mushroom soup, but you may want to put in 2 or 4. It's according on how big your roast is, and I didn't tell you how many pounds mine was, did I? I don't even know, but you saw about how big it was. And you put this in here, so I'm going to do that. We've already put 2 cans in there, and here's my last one, cream of mushroom soup, and you just put it in your pot, like that. And then I'm going to put 1 can of water, because I'm going to let it cook now an hour or 2, a long time. So I'm going to put 1 can of water. This is just a can of water. Stir it up. Mix all that soup with all that good meat. Like this. Okay, my onions are about ready to put in there. And I may have to add a little bit more water, I don't know. Your gravy is supposed to be a little on the thick side, but for it to simmer for a while, you may have to add, I think I'm going to add 1 more can of water. Because it's going to cook down some. Alright, stir that around. Alright, I think our onions are about ready to go in there. They look like it. Now, when you see these onions, you're going to think, well, Miss Brenda burnt the onions. Well, I did not. All that brown that's on there, that is from the bottom of the pan. I think the people that wrote in the other day, and I always called it goody, and I think they called it fond, or I think it was F-O-N-E or something like that. Y'all have to write again and tell me what you call it. Drippings or whatever. I don't know what it's called. I just know what I call it in the South, and it's goody in the South. All right, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to pour all these good onions into my big pot. And see, my skillet, it's not going to be hard to clean it off, because all that good stuff's in there. Let me move it over here to the sink. Okay, now I'm going to kind of mix that in a little bit right here. Y'all can see that. Ooh, my word. All right, now we're going to put in your Worcestershire sauce. If I can get it open. Oh, here, it's got a plop top on it, hasn't it? Let me see here. There we go. I think I'll get out a measuring spoon because y'all always like to see how much. And I never do measure, so, but I'll measure for y'all. Let's start with a tablespoon, okay? This makes it taste real good. We're going to put in Worcestershire sauce and garlic powder. Now, folks, if y'all have some of the real garlic, the little garlic cloves, to me, that would even be better. That doesn't look like enough. I'm going to put in another one. Okay, there we go. Now that's plenty. Now let's put in some garlic powder. I think I'll use a tablespoon of that. That was 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire. Now I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. And then I'll taste it after a while. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to let this simmer cook. Okay, I'm going to put it back on this side. I'm going to have it real low. And I'm going to let this simmer for an hour or 2 till that meat is good and tender and it's bubbly and hot. And then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for tomorrow. And then I'll make my rice tomorrow. But anyway, what I was going to tell you is right before you serve it, let me show you what goes in it. In the morning, I'm going to get this hot again and get it nice and bubbly hot. And then I'm going to put in this whole pint of sour cream in this mixture. And then I'm going to let it get really piping hot and good. And then it's ready. And we're going to eat it over rice and then serve whatever else you want to with it. And it's going to be absolutely delicious. I'll try to remember in the morning when I get up to show you how the finished product looks, okay? But today I'm just doing this part. Y'all have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Good Sunday morning, y'all. I told you I'd get back on here this morning after we let our pot of Stroganoff sit all night and in the fridge. You get good and marinated up. You can eat it right when you make it, but I want to save mine till Sunday. And I was so busy today that I wanted to be able to make a little stuff ahead of time. So I've got our Stroganoff kind of sort of hot right here in the pot, and I want you to come over here and look at it. Look at that. See that good tender meat in there? Look at that. It is so good. And what I did is I cooked it. Y'all wanted to know how long I cooked it. I cooked it a little bit over an hour yesterday, just simmering in this pot. And so now what you do, I'm going to leave it low, and I am going to put in this whole pint. You know, I told you I was going to put a whole pint of sour cream in there. And y'all, this makes it. I mean, it makes it. So I'm going to gently put this in, and I'm going to stir it around, and I'm going to leave it on low till it's time to eat it. This is some good, thick, sour cream. I'm going to get every little bit out of it, too. I'm telling you. All right. This makes it so good. Now I'm going to just kind of stir that in or fold it in. It's going to make your gravy look a little bit lighter, and it's going to be good over rice. So what I've got going here in the back pot over here, right here, is I've got me half a pot of water, fixing to boil it, and I'm going to put some salt in it, and I'm going to put a cup of rice. Now, this, of course, I did a heaping cup, and though we're going to eat this today, this will swell up and be plenty for today. And then if I have some beef stroganoff left over, I can fix some more rice later. All right, come over here and look at how creamy this looks now. See, this is a different color now. It's got this lighter gravy in there, okay? something I did not do today, but you can do it. It is real good in it. Is you can get you a whole pack of some good mushrooms, and just put that whole pack of fresh mushrooms in here, or you could use the canned mushrooms, and it would make your stroganoff even richer. Okay, now then come over here to this side, and I'm going to show you what else I'm cooking. You know, I told you we wanted to do something green. Well, I'm doing these green beans right here. And so what I've done with the green beans is when I open my can, and y'all, I bought a gallon can of green beans. And this is too much for us to eat, this gallon can. But I will say this, they're good leftover. You could make you a green bean casserole out of whatever's left, or just put cheese on top, or you can just eat them plain. But it's a lot cheaper to buy the gallon cans than it is 2 or 3 little cans. So this is what you need to do. And always look your green beans over good, because sometimes you'll have a little stem that might have accidentally gotten in there, so you want to make sure you get those out. And I've salted it, and I put 1 tablespoon of bacon grease in there. Now these are chopped onions. My granddaughter Isabella came a few weeks ago, and she got up on her chair and straightened all my spices out. And I had 2 or 3 jars of onions, so she just put them all in one thing and labeled it for me. Wasn't that sweet? Thanks, Isabella. But anyway, I'm going to put a few onions in there. Maybe a tablespoon or 2. Y'all, this makes it so good. That gives it a nice little flavor. If you'll put just some little dried onion flakes in it, and a little bacon grease and a little salt, and I'm going to turn this on and let it cook. All right, our water's boiling over here for our rice. Y'all can see that. And I'm going to put in the cup of rice, and I'm going to put in a little salt. I'm going to let it come to a boil, and then I'm going to turn it down real low. And so, and I'm going to also put a top on it. Come on, do like that. Let it come to a boil, and then I'm going to put a top on it, and let it just kind of simmer, and it will just puff up so big and pretty and everything. So today is Sunday. Don't forget to go to Bethany Baptist Church online. If you're not able to go to church yet, just go to Bethany Baptist. And it starts at 10:45. You can find it on Facebook or YouTube, either one. And so y'all can sing with us and praise with us and worship with us at Bethany Baptist. I'd love for you to just join us there, and that'll be a good thing. Have a blessed day, and think about me tonight when I'm eating or this afternoon when I'm eating my beef stroganoff. Y'all try it. You're going to like it. Love y'all. Bye-bye. Y'all, I told you wrong. It's Bethany Andalusia is how they're listed on Facebook and YouTube. 10:45. Bye-bye.